Hi everyone, I'm Tashwita Gupta, one of the world's youngest ACCA affiliate and a faculty for ACCA. Now, this video is for all the students whose board exams are approaching and they are just due in the next 2 to 3 months. And I know you guys are very worried about how to score well in your board exams, and you're not sure about what you're doing is right or not, or whatever plan, whatever approach you are making, you're not able to follow that approach. You've made a timetable, but you're not able to stick to that timetable. So all of these questions I'm going to address in this particular video, like how to study for long hours and how to make a good timetable for your boards, and how to, concentrate on your studies so that you can score 95 plus in your 12th board exams, or even if you're in 10th, so how can you score 95 plus in that? So before I start with this video, I'm going to give you a brief introduction about me, since you may be new to my channel. So I'm an ACCA affiliate. And what is ACCA? Basically, I'm from commerce field. So in commerce field, like, we have chartered accountancy, which is Indian professional course. Similarly, in UK we have ACCA, that is a global CA. So you can say that it's more like a global chartered accountancy. So the full form of ACCA is Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. So I did my ACCA together with my 11th and 12th. So I've made a lot of videos on that how did I manage both of them together, and how you can enter through the FIA route and get entry into ACCA right after your 10th. So all of those links will be attached in my description box. So the reason I told you this thing was that many people with whom we are in contact, they keep on telling us this thing, that if you want to score well in 12th, study from the first day consistently and put in your hard work. So that is true, but what now? The point where we are standing today, we can't cry, we can't crib about what have already happened. I can't cry about that why didn't I consistently put in the hard work, because this year was very harsh on all of us. So you guys have managed to do the subjects like accounting, like maths, from online tuitions, even the tutors, who started the online sessions. That was also new to them. So it was not their best which they must have given, so it's not their actual product which you were getting, because I know so many tutors, so many good tutors from 12th, and they were facing difficulties in providing these online sessions, because of course if you're teaching something since 30 years and then suddenly you have to shift from face to face to online, so it becomes tough for them as well. So you have not received that kind of support in learning. You have not received that kind of you can say quality, or that attention, personal attention, which you get in face-to-face sessions. So that must have affected your studies, that must have affected your confidence as well. Plus this contingency that whether the exams will happen or not, all of that accumulated together is affecting a lot of you. So today I'm going to address something through which you can, plan out these 3 months. So before I plan out anything, I need to know that why I am planning, why I need to score 95 plus. So guys, if you just give your exam today and you've been a topper since day one, and since your 9th and 8th standard, you've been a topper and you've been doing good academically. So even if you give your exam today, you are going to score for sure plus 90% plus. So you're going to score around 95% easily. 95% is not a tough figure. What is tough is to cross that 95% threshold, and that makes a difference. So why I need to do this? Of course, that I know that I want to get into a good college. I want to get into a good job in future. I want to get into a good post-graduation college. So maybe I want to shift abroad. I want good score in my 12th standard for that. So 12th standard is a very crucial stage of your life. It will determine your career, that's for sure. That's not a lie. Because see, even if you go for a job, okay, even if you go for a job and there are 100 people who have applied for that same position, the HR is going to have 100 resumes. Which resume he is going to call up for an interview? He's going to call up on the basis of your 12th standard marks. So maybe you've done great things in your college, maybe you've done great things in your business or anything, but once you want to go abroad for studies or you want a job, then this is going to play a very crucial role, because on the initial selection stage, this score is going to matter, and that's for sure. So now guys, I didn't actually have time to do my 12th studies. It was secondary for me. Primarily I was studying for ACCA. So I didn't study from the day one consistently. Only one subject which I studied consistently throughout the year was accountancy, and I did score a 98 in that. And that 2 marks which I lost, that I knew when I came back from the exam, I told everyone that I'm going to lose these 2 marks, because I knew I did the mistake. But then also, sometimes luck is like this, that that you've done this mistake and you're doing this mistake, but still you commit that mistake. So that kind of thing happened with me. So that was the thing with accountancy. So I was confident about accountancy, but the 5 subjects, economics, business, the physical education, English and maths, because I had maths as an additional subject. So that is the long story, I'll tell you some other day. So I had this maths with me, and so I didn't even touch these subjects before the end of December. So I started to study them. The moment I finished my last ACCA attempt of 2018. So in 2018 I actually gave my exam in December attempt, and after that the attempt was in the first week of December, the time which is going on right now. So I gave my last attempt of 2018 in December, and then I didn't give any exam in March 2019 because I had my board exams, right? So what happened in that case was that I studied economics, the whole of the macroeconomics, the whole of the business, both the books, the whole of the physical education, the whole of the English, the whole of the maths, differentiation, integration and everything. I did it in these 3 months. So how did I manage to do that? I made a timetable, and I was sticking to that timetable, and I was enjoying the course of the study. How to enjoy the course, how to make a good timetable, and how to sit for long hours, and how to control yourself from getting diverted. That's the main thing. Because today if I sit down and try to study, I'm going to focus on many things. I'm going to open my Instagram, I'm going to open my LinkedIn, I'm going to open my the Facebook and WhatsApp. I'm so curious about what's going on there, who have messaged me, who have commented on my picture, and who's tagging me. So everything that is very normal. But these 3 months, you can do this whole of your life. I'm doing this right now. Like, I have done ACCA, still I am on social media, so active. So I can do this at any point in my life. But for now, at least for now, I need to trim my time which I spend on social media. So I'm not saying that just give up your phone, take that Nokia, 800 and something, and just, vanish from the social life. No, not that. That's very dangerous. That's not recommended at all. What you can do is you're sitting at home, your mom must be at home. So what you can do is just take your phone, switch it off if you're worried that mom will open it up. So just give it to her after switching it off, and start your studies. And then at the end of the day, when you're taking a break, just take it from her and then use it for 10 to 15 minutes and then keep it back with her. Because mom is someone who's, you feel a bit like she's going to target me if I don't do this. So if I tell her that, okay, mama, I'm going to study today for 2 hours, then she'll keep me looking like this, that if I'm studying or not. And if I won't study for 2 hours, at the end of the day, she's going to throw a tantrum at me that you didn't study for 2 hours. You told me you're going to study for 2 hours. So that thing is going to help you in long term. So what you have to actually do is skim down your social media time and try to utilize your time the most. And how can I utilize the time the most? If I study, let's suppose at the end of the day, I'm like an owl and I study in the late hours. That's true. It's very peaceful at night when everyone is sleeping, because in the day, there's a lot of hustle here and there, and these days even the fans are not used, so there's a lot of voice. Even if someone walks, we hear the footsteps. So that is true. But what I would recommend to you is that please kindly do not study at night. Because what happens at night is that if I'm studying till, let's say, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., that's fine, but that will, is going to mentally affect me. That thing will mentally affect me, because I am, when I'm woken up late at night, I'm going to scroll through the social media. I'm going to feel pity on myself that, wow, I'm studying for so late hours. I'm so good. I should be rewarded with some social media hours. And then once you go to the social media, and then your vulgar you comes out, and you are doing chatting, and you're doing, you are putting up stories, and you are maybe watching a Netflix series. So all of that thing, to avoid all of that, it's better to wake up in the morning, because on social media no one will be available at 4 a.m. That's for sure, but everyone would be available at 1 a.m. So if you want to skip that, if you want to prevent that thing from happening, then please do wake up at in the early morning and study at that time. Now, since I'm working, since I am done with my studies, so I am just in the end phase of my masters, so I do, sleep late and then wake up late, because I don't sleep until and unless I'm done with my work. So that's a different thing. That's a different schedule for the professionals, for the working people. I'm talking about the students who have their exams coming, because studying is an analysis. You have to understand something and put down it in your mind and retain it for a long term. So you need to just keep your schedule such that you study in the early hours of the day. And then don't ever open up your phone in the early morning. Don't ever. When you wake up, don't try and open WhatsApp and check who have texted you and who have not. Because the screen time in the morning is going to affect your eyes. It can cause headaches, okay? We can't bear health issues in these 3 months. And it is going to affect your mental health, okay? Because all of my curiosity goes into vain when I open up my phone. I am not just energized enough to carry out my day further. I'm just done with it. I have seen everything for the day. I've seen my WhatsApp. That's the end of the day. So that's the feeling which we get once we look into the social media in early morning. So never go for that. Just wake up, freshen up, go for a brisk walk, have just look at the sun and everything, and then just sit down to study, and try to study at a set place where you have your books placed systematically, where you have your own chair, your table. And if you want, just bolt the door. If you want, just don't let anyone come in your room. I don't unfortunately have my own pictures where I used to study in my 12th standards. So I had my own, environment created. So for everything, we should set a mood, right? So why don't for study? Set a mood for study as well. So just keep everything and anything ready to write. So when suppose I listen to a lecture, okay? Now when I listen to that lecture, whatever I gained from it, quickly note it down somewhere. If you read something, if you've read a question in economics, if you have read some concept in business, just as and when you read it, just note it down somewhere. If I'll share the pictures of my table where I used to sit. So I used to write on that table. My mom used to scold me that why you write things on the table? That's not a place to write. But that's okay. I used to write it with a pencil, and then you can, rub it off. So that's the way. And even when I was not a tutor, seriously, when I was not a tutor, I had a board placed in my room, a whiteboard, and I used to write on that. I used to explain things to myself. That's the correct way of studying, I would say, because how do I become a good tutor? Like, from the feedback which I get, because when I used to study, whatever thought came to my mind at that point in time. So for example, I read a line. Just reading a line is not enough. You need to understand that line. So when that thought of understanding that line comes to your mind, in whichever language it is, it could be in Hindi, Punjabi, Malayalam, or any other language, whatever is your language, it comes to your mind, just write it there and then. That this is the thought. How did I understand this thing? What is the why of this particular equation? What is the why of this particular journal entry? Why is this happening? What is the concept behind it? You need to note that concept, you need to understand, you need to analyze that concept. That's the pure way of studying, actual conceptual studying. When you know what is happening, why is it happening, right? So that's one thing. Then other thing is that how should I have self control, right? Now guys, for self control you should be having peace in your mind, okay, and you should be controlling your thoughts. Now what are these thoughts, what I'm talking about? Whether it is a positive thought or a negative thought, you need to control that. Now you'll say, why am I even saying to control positive thoughts? So I'll tell you, when we have this thought in my mind that I'm going to score really well and I'm going to get into a good college and I'm going to have so much fun in that another city. Now I'm going to do the overthinking that's in my head. I'll go to a new college, new city, everything's going to be so happy and we're going to make new friends, good social life, everyday Instagram story. We're going to go to Starbucks, we're going to be free, free from my house, we will be independent there. So all of these thoughts then just put your mind into a cage, and you're not able to actually put in the effort to achieve that position. And that's the reason a very unexpected person from your batch will top. That's the sole reason, because the toppers are in these thoughts that what they will do after their 12th standard. But that unexpected person who was not thinking about this thing, he was not thinking about success, he was working for success, he will come up and score the grade which is required to get into the top college. So that's the strategy, that's the trick, that you need not think. No overthinking is allowed in these 3 months, just working. So I had my early morning maths classes, so I used to get up at around 7 a.m. It was winters, and no worries, I can wear my jacket on, and I used to take a bath and then go to my math sessions, and I used to remain fresh throughout the day. And after that, I just didn't keep one subject one day. You can keep 2 subjects, you can keep 3 subjects in one day. It's all about you, how you make your timetable, how you are able to manage your time well. So I'm going to share a template of a timetable which I used to prepare my schedule. So you can find the link in the description to actually print it out. So you can print that thing out and you can make your timetable, 3 months timetable, that okay, first I'm going to take up those topics which I have not even covered once. So first I'm going to study those topics which I have not even covered once. Then I'm going to take up the topics which I have done at least twice or thrice, and then I'll revise them. So for December till 15th of January, your timetable should include all of the things which you've not touched even once. And for those who are done with the syllabus, with their all of the syllabus, they have a very good time to revise all of their syllabus. But I am addressing those people who fall in my category, who didn't study from the day one consistently and now they are stuck. So now till 15th January, you'll focus on the areas which you have not done till date, at least not even once. Now guys, there is a very big theory that in an exam, we just remember 2 things. Something which we have studied very recently, or something which we have revised 6 to 7 times. So yes, there are students who revise stuff 6 to 7 times. And there are students who leave things up till the end date and then they'll do it very recently and they'll score 90 plus. Because either you're going to study very recently or you're going to revise it. Now these 3 months are crucial for both set of students. So if you are going to revise 5 to 6 times, then this is the time to revise. If you're doing it very recently for the first time, then this is the time which is titled as very recent. So this is the very recent time, the 3 months. Whatever you do in these 3 months will remain fresh in your mind. So just try to make a full schedule, make a timetable, study for 14 to 15 hours a day, and stick to your timetable. And this is also a very big problem I have seen. I am not going to name anyone, but I had many friends who were taking stress. They used to cry on the tuitions that they're not meeting their timetables. They're not able to stick to their timetables. Guys, it's okay. Timetable is to reduce your stress. Stress management is very important at this point in time. You need not take stress that I am not managing or I'm not sticking to my timetable. You need to manage your stress, reduce your stress. And how can I reduce my stress? I have to be self confident. I have to trust myself. If I don't think that I can do it, then how can I do it? Now, when I was doing this ACCA, there were many people around me who used to tell me that, okay, what's the big deal about it? You won't be able to do it anyway. You are so young. You won't be able to understand the things. It's okay. You'll fail and then you'll realize. But I never, disappointed myself. I always trusted myself. I said, why can't I do it? I can do anything and everything. So that level of trust which you have in yourself, even when mom comes up, even if your peers comes up and they tell you that you can't do it, then just tell them, please, I know I can do this. So just let me be in my personal space. Don't let anyone put pressure on you. Don't let anyone stress you, whether he's your tutor, whether he's your friend, whether he's your sibling, whether he's your parent, right? So don't let them stress you. If you are feeling stressed because of their any kind of pressure which they're putting on you, just stop them there and tell them that this thing is putting pressure on you. So you need not to take pressure, because guys, at the end of the day, what will happen is, even if you don't score 95 plus, okay, even if you score 90%, I know such people, who scored less than 90% and now they're earning in, lakhs per month. So they're earning around 8 to 9 lakhs per month. So that is because, you are talented in some other sphere. Someone is talented in studying. Someone is talented in doing business. So they don't want jobs. They don't want good colleges. So in that case, they are doing well. So life is much more about board exams. But yes, board exams are important if you want to get a job, if you want to get a good college, if you want a good college for post-graduation abroad or in India as well. So for that, we need to put our best effort. We will not think about the results, what will happen after our board exams, what will be the life after board exams. No such anxieties, no such pressures, no such overthinking. Just one thing you have to remember is that wake up in the morning, start your hustle, start your studying, just keep rocking, keep a role model in front of you that this person has done this, so I can also do this. So if this person can work so long a day, why can't I work? Your dad must be working, your mom must be working, everyone, even if your mom is a housewife, she works from the very first ray of the sun till the end. So she's working the whole day. Whatever we want, she's there to provide us with the thing. So why can't we take motivation from such things? Why we need to kill our time? Why we need to waste our time? Why can't we be productive and get that satisfaction? Because if I will, get into some diversions, that will give me a very short-term enjoyment. That will give me very short-term fun. Then in the long term, at the end of the day, you're going to feel that guilt. If you made a timetable, you have to make a realistic timetable. If you know that I wake up at 10 a.m. every morning, then don't just try to wake up at 6 a.m. next morning. That's not possible. Be realistic. Try to wake up at 9 a.m. the next day, then next week try to wake up at 8 a.m. That's how you have to take it slowly and gradually. So you have to maintain a realistic approach. You're supposed to take motivation from your elders, from anyone else around your community, from where you can learn that how to hustle, how to work hard the whole day. Because this is your career making year, and if you've done what you want to do in this particular 3 months, then nobody can stop you. So put your best effort now. Don't think about the result. Don't think about what will happen. As Bhagavad Gita always, I mentioned this thing that as Bhagavad Gita says, never ever do the work or put in any effort for the sake of getting a good result. Never do that. Just think about that this is my ambition. I want to get this much score. But don't think what will happen after if I get this much score. Okay, so just start putting in your effort, best efforts, so that at the end of the day, you can tell yourself that I did my best, then it was the luck who played a role. So I hope you're getting the vibe here, and I hope you were able to understand that what all is important for your these 3 months. And a small announcement before I end this video, that if you want me to come up with the crash course for the accountancy for the 12th standard, then do comment a yes in the comment section so that I know, because I am teaching ACCA. So I'm not having a good base for 12th students. So if you want me to conduct these, then please do share this video, do comment on the comment section. It will be free of cost. And let me know if you want these series to come up. And if this video helped you in any way, please do share it with your friends. And after sharing this video, just put off your phone on a side and start studying.